Welcome to auction number 19. Again, we'll look at some long cards. We'll start off with this. It seems to be a very popular car, the Godzilla. So you've got some dump and wear there. I see they're actually going for crazy prices over in the US at the moment. You know, depending on the card, anywhere from $10 to $40 for mint. Anyway, I'd like to start this one off on 40 Rand. So next item is called Mailed It. Obviously a souped up mail truck, US mail truck. Well, it's new for 2024, so let's see what they say about it. Right, I'd like to start this one off on 20 Rand. Next is a car I do collect as well, the Zinger. It's a car created by AR. Some 3D printing. I'd like to start this one on 15 Rand. Next is the DB5 from Goldfinger. For some reason I just end up with so many of these. I think everybody bought me like 2 or 3. I must have had about 10 or 12 of them in total. I'd like to start this one on 30 Rand. Sorry, I have a bit of the shakes today. I suspect my HB count might be low. I am off to doctors tomorrow to have it checked out. Anyway, next item is a very popular car from Malaysia or in Malaysia. This is the Proton Saga. I'll read about it at the back now. The national car of Malaysia. Yeah. Okay, I'd like to start this one off on 20 Rand. Next is one of my favorite castings again, but again just because of my poker background. It's called the King KUDA. But in a write-up, it is actually the Plymouth Barracuda. Which luckily is a car I do collect, so I do collect these. Yeah, Plymouth Barracuda. I'd like to start this one on 20 Rand as well. Next we have the Honda S800. This is the racing version. This is the predecessor to the Honda S2000. That car was a very popular car at one stage. In real life I'm talking about now. I'd like to start this one on 25 Rand. Thought I was all out of ZAMACs until I came across another two. So this is the first one of those two. This is the ZAMAC funny card, Mustang funny car. There's the ZAMAC badge on the car itself. There we go. These ZAMACs are actually very nice. I like the idea. So I'd like to start this one off on 35 Rand. The next item is this Mazda RX-7 police vehicle. I'm not sure what the JMD, no, I can't read it, sorry. Very nice. I do collect the RX-7s, so I have added one to my collection as well. I'd like to start this one on 30 Rand. Next is one of these cars. I was quite surprised at the popularity of it. I mean, I know we do like our BMs, and especially the shape. M3 in South Africa. The card is fairly decent. I'd like to start this one at 35 Rand. So next is one of these very, very special cars. So any true Hot Wheel collector wants one. I definitely have one. This is the Pontiac Firebird. But what makes it so special is the fact that it was a Legends Tour winner. So that probably would have been the 2020. So look at the back, luckily it's a new four, so you can write up or read up. It's also because it's the Legends winner, it will be number 1. There's a picture of the actual car itself that this was based on. Again, US, Sacramento, California. The name of the guy that designed it. Look, I'm going to start it. The other one didn't go very well, but I'm going to try and start this one at 40 Rand and see what happens. So next is one of these novelty items from Hot Wheels. It's called the Coupe Clip. See, there's a special feature. We'll read up about that special feature now. It's in ZAMAC colors, although it's not a ZAMAC. And its special feature, as all of you I'm sure is already aware, is it can be used as a keychain. A keychain clip. Anyway, I'd like to start this one off at 25 Rand. Next we have this very nice 1962 Corvette. Nice speckle flame paint. Corvette badge there on the side. The front is very nice. I like the front of these Corvettes. I do sort of like the sloping back. like to start this one off on 25 Rand as well. So next is another keychain car, but this time it's in Porsche 911 Carrera. Quite a bit of damage to the card, but you probably are going to take it off and put it on your keychain. I'd like to start this one 25 Rand as well. Next item, which I'm sure will be the very last ZAMAC, is the ZAMAC UNIMOG. I believe this casting goes back a long time. I think Matchbox also did some castings of the Unimog, if I remember correctly. Again, the brown wheels, tires indicate mud. I suppose that's why it's part of the Hot Wheels Dirt series. So I'd like to start this one on 45 Rand. So next we have Aston Martin DB4 again, High Speed Edition. So lots of livery. A very heavy casting, very heavy. So I do prefer the one in the ZAMAC colors to this one. I'm not a big fan of yellow. I'm going to start this one on 30 Rand. Now we get to see what the Unimog looks like without being ZAMAC. I'm not sure the significance of the 13. The blister is damaged over here, quite badly damaged. Corners also not the greatest. Due to the condition of this card, I'd like to start this one on 15 Rand. So tell me in the comments which one you prefer, the red or the white. It's a toss-up. My poker nickname used to be King for many years, so maybe this red one stands out a bit more for me. I suppose that doesn't really make sense, because I think white one's also a king on front. Somehow I thought there was a jack. I'd like to start this one off on 30 Rand. Next item is this RENAULT Sport. I know it was very popular at one stage because it had a really stunning super treasure hunt. I think it was one of the best super treasure hunts I've seen, although I've actually never really seen a super treasure hunt in the wild or anything like that. It's just one that I've seen in pictures, etc., and I thought it was a really nice treasure hunt. I wouldn't mind finding one. Well, I'd like to start this one off on 25 Rand. So another one that became quite popular due to it being a super treasure hunt is this Master COSMO. Looks a bit like a fish from the front. Does look like a fish, eh? I'd like to start this one off on 35 Rand. Next item is one of those I think's been quite popular. It is the VOLVO 240 drift wagon. It's no tyre error, no tyre mismatch, it's weight it comes out. It's a very heavy car. Nice detail at the back. I'd like to start this one off on 40 Rand. So to believe that this red ZINGER is a lot more popular than the blue one. I think I prefer the blue one. And like I said before, this is actually a licensed car. We'll see the write up there now. And like I say, it was created by AI and parts are 3D printed. I wish all my cards looked like that. There we go. I'd like to start this one on 30 Rand. Another car I have in abundance, probably due to the fact that when everyone saw it was South African, I thought they have to get me 2 or 3. This one's got some wear and tear on the paint over there. Nothing major. Some people would call that an error. So for me to be an error, it would have to be completely off, etc. You know, where they're missing some of the livery decal. I'd like to start this one off on 40 Rand. There's another casting I really like. This is the Ford Ranger Raptor. So most of these Ford performance vehicles I do like. Anybody know what HKS is? Well, I suppose we can see over here, maybe. No. It doesn't tell me what HKS is. Anyway, I'd like to start this one off on 35 Rand. Next item is another car I do like and I do collect. The Honda Civic Type R. So again in police vehicle. Hot Wheels written in Japanese up top over there. Nice detail in front, very, very nice and clean. Pity about the back end, mind you. Oh, I feel that there is some damage on the blister over there. So I'd like to start this one off on 25 Rand. Next we have from Fast and Furious, the silver/grey Corvette Grand Sport Roadster. I'm not sure if I do the Roadster or just the normal one that I collect. Can't quite make out what it says at the back. So the card's pretty damaged, as you can see. So I'd like to start this one off on 25 Rand. So next we have this TOONED 911 Turbo. This is a black one. I'm sure I've got in silver, I mean in a purplish color as well. I'm sure I've got one coming up soon in one of the auctions as well, in a purple. Very dark purple, it almost looks black. I could very well be wrong. Look, like I say, I'm not a big fan of these tuned cars. They almost look comical to me, but I know there are a lot of people out there that really do enjoy them. So I'd like to start this one off on 35 Rand. Next we have the silver / ZAMAC version, or not ZAMAC colored version of the DB4. As you can see, there's not much detail on the side as much as the other one, but I definitely do prefer it. Okay, let's do a pop quiz. See if anyone actually pays much attention. And put something extra in your box if you get this right. What does the T30 stamped on the bottom mean? I'd like to start this one off on 35 Rand. Next item is this Ford Shelby GT350. Going back to the question, what does the T30 stamped on the bottom of the car mean? The first person to tell me in the comment section will receive something extra in their parcel. We're back to this car, very nice. Does that look like the Super Snake stamped at the back? Yes, so this is a Super Snake car. So you should be in front. I think it's actually molded in there. I'd like to start this one off on 35 Rand as well. The next item is this Corvette C6. Again, it is a car I do collect. I'd like to start this one off on 30 Rand. Next item is NISSAN SKYLINE 2000 GTR Liberty Walk version in grey. Look, I know the Skylines are popular here in South Africa. Some nice detail in front. A bit of a dent there in the blister. I'd like to start this one off on 40 Rand. Next we have the same car, just in a tuned version. Obviously blue as opposed to the grey. You can see some damage over there. Hot Wheels in Japanese across the top of the windscreen. And it's a new for, so we can read up about it. So it's a 1973 SKYLINE. I'd like to start this one on 35 Rand. Next is one of my favorite real life car makers, Pagani's. This one's the Pagani Utopia. I've got a few Pagani's in my collection, including this one obviously. I'd like to see come out in different colors as well. This one is stamped as well. This one is stamped T18, so it might give you a clue. We've got the right up over here. I think the guy who created this company used to be an employee of Ferrari at one stage. He wasn't very happy there, so went off and did his own thing. Now I'd like to start this one at 35 Rand. Next we have this white Stingray convertible. One of those what you call the Easter egg car. It's got a hidden special feature to it. Oh, nice back end. And special feature is if you shine a light through there, it lights up these headlights. I'd like to start this one off on 30 Rand. So next is a car made famous by Jim Clark and Graham Hill, 1967 Formula One season. He was either Gordon Murray or Chapman who designed and built this car. I'm going to say totally dominated that year. Gordon Murray or Graham Chapman. Is it Graham Chapman? Anyway. I would like to start this one off in 35 Rand. I think this is the least favourite of all the Nissans, by the looks of things. Nissan Leaf. Can't say I know much about the car itself. But there doesn't seem to be much hype around it. I'd like to start this one off on 30 Rand. So we have another car that came out as a super treasure hunt. It's Mercedes-Benz 560 SEC. It came out in this real nice Spectre Flame red as the super treasure hunt. This car's got a lot of nice detail to it. Nice and heavy. I think of the three colors I'm aware of, the red is the most popular, followed by the black, then this silver. I'd like to start this one off on 40 Rand. Next we have a car that was made popular by Paul Walker in the back in the Fast and Furious franchise, the Ford F-150 Lightning, but this is the custom version. This was just pretty plain, it wasn't customized. Chances of us seeing this in South Africa is quite remote, as it is an electric vehicle. There's another hint as to the question. This one says S41. So I'd like to start this on 30 Rand. Next item is this Bentley Continental GT3. Look, if I had all the money in the world, I wouldn't be buying Ferrari, Lamborghini, etc, etc. I'd get myself a nice Bentley. Continental Speed GT, something like that. Very nice speckled green paint. Not much detail at the back, mind you. The corners lifted. I'd like to start this one on 40 Rand. And the very last item we're going to look at is this Segundo Coupe, which is a fantasy car. Segundo is because Mattel headquarters is in Segundo in California, which is part of LA County. So I've been there a couple of times already. Now, if you're a Hot Wheels, Mattel, Matchbox, etc. fan, if you ever go, you have to make a turn there because it's sort of like the shrine. And it gives us a bit of a write-up on it. Now I'd like to start this one off on 30 Rand.